To have your mind blown and your funny bone tickled? Today, we're diving into some of the most hilarious facts you won't believe are true. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. And in this video, we're counting down 5 hilarious facts you won't believe are true. From bizarre historical events to wacky science revelations, these facts are guaranteed to make you laugh out loud. Our goal today is simple: to share some hilarious and unbelievable trivia that will leave you both entertained and amazed. If you're a curious individual aged 18 to 34 with a love for quirky humor, then you're in the right place. So sit back, relax, and get ready for a fun and lighthearted ride through some of the most amusing facts you've ever heard. Let's get started. Fact 1. The Great Emu War. Alright, let's kick things off with one of the most absurd events in history. The Great Emu War of 1932. Yes, you heard that right. Australia actually declared war on emus. During the Great Depression, these giant birds were wreaking havoc on farmers' crops, so the government decided to take action. They sent soldiers armed with machine guns to handle the emu invasion. But guess what? The emus won. Despite their best efforts, the military couldn't outsmart or outmaneuver these feathery foes. Can you imagine it? A modern-day army losing a battle to a bunch of oversized chickens? It's like something straight out of a comedy sketch. Picture soldiers running around trying to catch these speedy birds while the emus just casually strut away. It's hilarious and a little bit embarrassing for us humans, don't you think? Fact 2. The Exploding Whale of Oregon. Next up, let's talk about one of the most bizarre cleanup efforts in history: the Exploding Whale of Oregon in 1970. When a dead whale washed ashore, officials decided that the best way to dispose of it was by using dynamite. They thought the explosion would disintegrate the whale into tiny pieces that seagulls and other scavengers could clean up. But instead, it resulted in a hilarious disaster. Huge chunks of whale blubber flew everywhere, even smashing car windshields and covering bystanders in a shower of whale bits. Seriously, who thought this was a good idea? It has to be one of the worst cleanup plans ever. Imagine standing there thinking you're about to see some fireworks, only to end up dodging flying chunks of blubber. It's like something out of a slapstick comedy movie. And let's be real, it definitely sets a new standard for disastrous decision-making moments. Fact 3. Space smells like seared steak. Now, let's take a trip to outer space. Did you know that space smells like seared steak? Yep, astronauts have reported that after a spacewalk, their suits carry the scent of a well-cooked steak. This unusual aroma is caused by high-energy vibrations interacting with particles in space, creating complex compounds that smell like BBQ. Can you imagine floating around in space and suddenly getting a whiff of your favorite BBQ joint? Talk about making you hungry. Picture astronauts coming back from a mission and being greeted by the mouth-watering scent of seared steak. You'd almost expect them to pull out a grill and start cooking up some cosmic cuisine. Maybe one day we'll have a space restaurant with a menu inspired by these heavenly smells. Now that's something worth traveling light years for. Fact 4. Napoleon was once attacked by bunnies. Hold on to your hats for this one. Napoleon Bonaparte was once attacked by a horde of bunnies. Yes, the legendary military leader who conquered much of Europe had a not-so-epic encounter with a bunch of adorable rabbits. During a hunting trip, his men gathered hundreds of bunnies for him to hunt. But things didn't go as planned. Instead of fleeing, the rabbits turned on Napoleon and his men, swarming them in a fluffy ambush. Imagine the scene. Napoleon, the fearsome conqueror, running away from an army of cute bunnies. It's like something out of a cartoon. Picture this moment in an epic movie trailer voice. In a world where conquerors reign supreme, one man faces his greatest challenge: bunnies! It's hilariously ironic that such a powerful figure was momentarily bested by some fluffy little critters. Talk about a hair-raising experience. Fact 5. The longest hiccuping spree lasted 68 years. Last but not least, let's talk about Charles Osborne, the man who holds the record for the longest hiccuping spree. Believe it or not, he hiccuped continuously for 68 years, from 1922 to 1990. His condition started after a farm accident and persisted throughout his life. Despite this constant hiccuping, Osborne managed to lead a relatively normal life, even getting married and having children. Can you imagine dealing with hiccups for that long? Think about how he might have handled important life moments, like saying "I do" at his wedding or trying to give a serious speech. It's almost like a superpower in a quirky comic book. Picture a superhero whose special ability is to distract villains with uncontrollable hiccups. While it's an incredibly challenging condition, you have to admire his resilience and sense of humor through it all. So there you have it, folks. We've journeyed through the Great Emu War, witnessed the chaos of the exploding whale of Oregon, sniffed out why space smells like seared steak, chuckled at Napoleon's bunny ambush, and marveled at Charles Osborne's 68-year hiccuping spree. These facts are not only unbelievable, but also hilariously entertaining. If you enjoyed these quirky tidbits, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amusing content. Let us know in the comments which fact was your favorite or share any other funny trivia you know. We love hearing from you. And to wrap things up, remember, if you ever feel like you're having a rough day, just think about Napoleon being chased by bunnies. It's a reminder that life's most unexpected moments can also be the funniest. Thanks for watching and see you next time.